Hello everybody, and today's video I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to show everybody how to make a tea light heater using tea lights and a couple of terracotta pots, one bigger than the other. So just going through the items there, we started off with a pizza tray. We've got an assortment of trays, tins there, as you can see. And in this video I'm going to use the bigger baked bean tins to carry out this project with. I'm just showing you some smaller tins there, some cat food tins. And this is just a preference. I use like the smaller tea light candles for the smaller tins, and the bigger tea lights with the bigger tins, those baked bean tins. So yeah, I'm using the bigger tea lights, and they should last up to about 8 hours. And the smaller ones, or the standard ones, which probably everybody's familiar with, they should last up to 4 hours. Usually for me they're about 3 hours. I think it's the same with those bigger ones. They're supposed to go for 8 hours, but they might not get that far. So got those two terracotta pots there, as you can see. So one's like around about 7 inches on the top, and the other one's about 9 inches. And you can obviously pick these up quite easily, either eBay or your local garden centre or whatever. So you can see, like, we've got the tins arranged on top of the pizza tray, metal pizza tray. You want to go careful with all this, because obviously you're playing with fire, or you're using fire in the form of the candles, and you don't want things to overheat. So make sure, obviously, follow safety standards, and don't keep it away from things, and obviously put it on heat resistant surfaces. And that should be it. Obviously keep it supervised as well. Always best to supervise these things. You know, you don't want to leave it going if there's nobody about. These do actually get quite hot as well, so you don't go burning yourself and all that type of thing. Anyway, so, you know, like common sense and standard safety procedures. And that's about it. Anyway, there's probably, you know, a lot of people say you're saving money using these heaters, but that might be a bit of a myth, and it's all dependent on how cheap you can get the candles for. And actually, if you are using 4 here, the bigger ones are about 20p each, and the smaller ones are about 10p each. So that's 10 pence in UK money. Anyway, you see they just put a tin on top of the inner pot there. That's just like to keep the heat in between. You know, I'm lighting the candles there, and the heat. You want to situate the candles so the heat is rising up into the cavity, and the cavity will be there once we put that second pot on. So once we put the second pot over the top, once we've lit those candles, that'll create our cavity, and that'll heat the cavity and give you a heater that radiates heat throughout the room. And it is quite good. I was quite impressed. It'll probably keep the chill off. And going back to like the economy of these things, I'm not sure if you're going to be saving that much money, but they forecast blackouts here in the UK, so they could be handy for that. So for emergencies, like I say, with the economy, if you're even using the small tea lights, so you're using 4 at a time, so that's 40p for every 3 hours. I can actually put the heating on here for an hour, and that kind of heats the house up all day long. And even with the current gas price rises, it's still relatively inexpensive in relation to the tea lights. So unless you can get the tea lights at a cheap price, then you're not really going to be saving any money. And like I say, it will be good for if you have a power cut. But obviously you can keep the chill off. In the UK at the moment, it's not that cold at the moment, so you don't really need too much heat. But I have used them on occasion along with the gas central heating I've got here as well. But like I say, it's quite mild over here at present. But it'll start getting cold January, February. Although the last few years we've had quite mild winters. So anyway, I hope this helps out for those that may want something like this if we do get some blackouts during the winter months. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.